Hi guys, this is an intro into playing fast. Now, I'm going to jump right into it. Right here in your forearm, you have ligaments and muscles, okay, that unless you've played fast on guitar before, the likelihood is you probably have never used these up to that speed. And that includes all the muscles in your hands, your fingers, all the tendons, everything that go all the way up into this area. So what I'm trying to say is, if I teach you a real fast scale and tell you practice it like that, and your arm starts to seize up and get sore right here, you're like, it's like an engine with no oil. It goes, that's exactly what's going to happen, because you have to have the physical ability to do it. So we're going to get into some guitar exercises that are that I picked out specifically to loosen this up, not only to strengthen all the muscles and tendons in your hands for playing fast, but in your forearm as well. But to target that specifically so that when we get into playing fast, you don't seize up or you don't have a speed limit, so to speak. Now, I'm on an acoustic guitar, so playing fast is, I'm not worried about, if you get this so fast it becomes a blur, that's fine. On electric guitar, it can, if you get it, you can get it so fast you have to slow it down because it's just the notes start to become one blur. It's not even that you're missing notes. But also, if you can barely play it, it takes you an hour to get through the first exercise, that's fine too. But one thing I don't want to do is try to fast forward and tell you, I went to a guy's site and I saw him go, well, if you can do this on a string, on an E string, something like that. Maybe he was going from slow to fast or something. Then he went, you can play like this. I saw another guy saying if you angle your pick a certain way, and then he goes, you can play fast. That's not true. The left part of your hand, this is important, but if this is not physically trained or able, that's like me walking into a gym and saying, because you hold a grip like this, you can bench 315 pounds. No, you can't. So these exercises are going to specifically, what was funny was, if you even look at my forearm while I'm doing it, I picked them because I want you to look right here. It's going to work those out, especially on an acoustic guitar. I just don't happen to have my electric on me. That's not why I'm on acoustic, but it's finger exercises. But I mean, I picked the ones that, if you look right here, you can see I'm picking ones that are going to target that. So let's get into it, you guys, because that's going to be the first thing to seize up is going to be a cramp in your hand here and a cramp here. So all I'm doing is I'm pushing down on the second fret right here on the low E string, and I'm going to hammer onto the third fret and fifth fret with my middle finger and my pinky with one pick. So it's going to be, so only one pick, three notes, right? Then I'm going to take the same pattern in second fret, third fret, and fifth fret, underneath it, and I'm going to go. And that's it. Then I'm going back to here. And if you have to go like this, that's fine, because there's a silver bullet to playing fast thing, it's just not true. Playing fast is part of it, is what I'm showing you right now, is having the physical ability to do it, and then it's called practice. And if there was a silver bullet to playing fast, there wouldn't be 9 million guys on YouTube, teaching it and other people trying to learn it. So this is basically the reason I call this intro is because I want to break this in. I want you guys to be broken in. So when we start to go into some fast scales, your arm doesn't seize up. Because lots of times people will get to a point where they're practicing a scale and they might go, and that's as fast as they can go, and they really believe it. The reality is that's as fast as they have ever moved these muscles and tendons around. They haven't got them where they're ready to. I forgot what I played. Where they're ready and they're loosened up and strong enough and familiar with moving that fast. So we have to work through the absolute physical. We have to look at this from a realistic perspective. So, anyways, that's the first exercise. And as long as you're getting 3 notes out of each pick, it doesn't matter to me whether you're going slow or fast. It's working out those muscles and those tendons. It's making them stronger and it's making them more lucid, and it's going to help you tremendously. So if you decide that you're going to go, up and down the strings, this is the kind of practice that you can, with your electric guitar, is unplug it. You're not going to bother anybody because no one's going to hear it, and you can watch TV. I used to watch TV, and for hours just sit there and go. Move my fingers around. I'm just being mindless about it on purpose because this is the kind of practice that you can do while you're watching TV and let your mind just take over. So, and no one's going to hear it, especially if you mute it. But it is, the longer that you do this, even if you're watching TV and you're just going, you won't even notice that you're doing this. You could be watching the TV show and going, wow, that's crazy. I can't believe that happened. But the whole time, these are some of the best times to practice, is what I'm trying to tell you. This isn't like something you have to sit down and practice. This is something you grab your electric guitar and unplug it, and you tune it out. And it's still, doing wonders for your guitar, for your loosening and strengthening. Also, when we get up here, we're going to get the pinky out of the equation, and I want you to start to, from the 5th fret, 5, 7, 8, I want you to start to get this to be solely engaged. Same thing, I'm going to hit it here and go 5, 7, 8, then 5, 7, 8. And I can sit there and watch TV and do that too, especially if I mute it back here and I'm going. I don't care how fast it is if I'm going. You can practice at this speed. It's going to help. Now the reason why we definitely want to be using these is because we're going to need our pinky for licks like when we start getting into runs like this whole. Or so we're gonna, because we I'll go a little slower. We're going to get into runs that start this way. So. So that's why you want this finger free. You know, you can practice. I would do it here if I had electric. I'd go 12, 15, 12, 15, 17. But since I don't, it's kind of a stretch right here. But I mean, you can go. I, again, would move it up a full step if you have your electric guitar. I'm just don't have my electric guitar is just not handy, or I would be doing it. But this lesson is not about how fast can I get. It's more about patterns that are going to work on the areas that I know that need to be loosened up. And so this kind of stuff's going to do it. This right here, going, let's say, I would do it from 12 to 15. Notice I'm only one pick per string. It's not that I can't pick it. It's that when we're going, it's, where do you think it's working? It's working this. So I'd have to do it down here, but I'd go, in this case, this would be like 12, so this is 10, 13, 10, so that's 12, 13, 14, 15. Now I'm picking it. You know what? If you guys want to pick it, you can go ahead and pick it, because you know what? It's still going to be working this out. Also, these sort of licks. Let's do this one too. I got two more that are just going to, if you continue to practice these, the next lesson, when I start showing you scales and different picking patterns and what I want you guys to do, we're going to get into economy picking, sweeps, you know. That's a major sweep, by the way. And then scales that are really fast, and ideas that are, you're going to be glad that you did these exercises. So another exercise is, I'm on the 10th fret, 10, 9, 10, 9, 12, 9, 10, 9. So I'm on the B string, 10, 9, 10 on the B string, high E string, 9, 12, 9, back to the B string, 10, 9, 10. And if I pick just once, even if you picked it's still going to work out this right here. And that stuff can be done very fast. You'll hear a lot of guys do solos, like they'll go, trying to think, to hear. So you hear a lot of this sort of neoclassical stuff where they're playing over chords and triads, like I'm on an acoustic, so I'm pushing light like if I was on electric. But anyway, a lot of that. So that type of stuff. The last thing would be you come down here like an A. Let's say we hammer on from the 5th fret to the 8th fret, and hammer off. And let's go to this outside note because it sounds kind of cool. So let's say we go 5, 8, 5, and we pick 8 on that string. So it's you can also go to 7. It's a very common lick. I use that lick more. And what I did right there was doubled up on the note, and that's what I want you guys to do is do a single, then and go back and forth from. And if you do it here, same thing. And you guys, that can get so blazing fast that it becomes a blur, but it sounds really, really good up to speed. These sort of doubling up, single, sort of this single, this sort of. It's not coming through because I'm playing it, but it's just I'm on an acoustic, but. Let me find my pick. That was the last exercise anyways. So a lot of licks, might be like so you can see how I might go to that, even once. It's that. Or I might stay there. Or I might go. So you guys want to work on it turns into this sort of I have to pick so hard, you guys. Right now is when I'm really regretting not having my electric, but it doesn't matter. We're at the end of the lesson. So I want you guys going. And this is crazy now that's on an acoustic, you guys, especially this one. It's very hard to play. But those exercises, again, it's not how fast, it's the fact that they are all going to help you get fast. So when we get into really working scales and going up and down, your arm doesn't go, wait. It goes, oh, okay, we have been worked out. And again, all this can be while watching TV. I mean, even if you were to go, I don't even know how to explain this other than to be completely honest. Even if you were, I dropped my pick. Even if you were just to go, see, I'm stopping halfway through. Because you really just don't care. You're just kind of, you're here. It's the fact that all these exercises, all of them, I don't have a pick for this one, but at any speed is going to loosen this up. So if you want to go, if you want, so I don't know what I just did, but it didn't matter because it was this pattern. And when I got up here, I just changed it to this pattern. It's just jargon, but. And when I got up here, now I'm doing that exercise. Except this time I'm hitting a high E string. Because it's kind of hard for me to, it's easier for me to grab it on this acoustic down here than it is for me to grab it with my hand stuck against this cutaway. So I'm taking, and for me this is an easy road out to take the high. And that's not really super fast, you guys. That's really more on the slow side. I'd say that's about half speed. But I'm on this acoustic, and that's about as fast as I'm going to go before it starts to turn into like a clicking sound. But please listen to what I'm telling you. If you do not train we'll get to the right hand stuff, but if you do not train the ligaments, muscles, and tendons in your left hand, your fingers, your hand, your forearm, to go fast, you are not going to be able to play fast. This is going to seize up on you. So anyways, you guys, I don't have a pick anymore, so I guess now. But anyway, those exercises you can practice with your guitar unplugged and watch TV and do it, and you watch how much this starts to loosen up. And no matter what you're working on, playing fast, all of this, when it starts to cooperate and it doesn't get in the way at all, you guys will be sitting there, honestly, you'll be able to do that for a half hour straight. And some of you probably already can. And if you have, hang around. I have a few signature licks that are really fast that you might want to pick up on that are coming up in upcoming lessons. You guys, this is more of almost a talk, but it's so important to me that we go about learning how to play fast the right way. I'm not trying to sell you any snake oil here. I'm trying to teach you that this is it's a process. If you are not playing fast, anybody who is playing fast and tells you that you didn't progress slowly into fast, didn't start out not stumbling over their fingers, and then it wasn't hours and hours of practice till they got fast, they're lying to you. So, anyways, these exercises will really help break that stuff in. I picked them on purpose. So if you're not used to it and you start to feel the pain, you can thank me, because I tried to pick the ones that were going to work them out but also loosen them up at the same time. All right, you guys, thanks for hanging out. I know that this was a lot of talking and not a lot of playing, but I promise you, these exercises never go out of style. You can be playing as fast as Ingray and still be sitting there while you're watching TV. You know, it's they're just great. It's a great fallback. Keep you in tune. Even after you're playing fast, you just want to stay loose. You just want to stay limber. This is the kind of stuff, these types of exercises, I picked these in particular, that are going to keep you there. You know, you can even get fast and then lose your speed. And you can go, I used to be able to do this, but you go back to it and this starts to seize up and this, and you're like, you'll remember this lesson. You go, man, you know, between lessons, I could have been sitting around watching TV, doing this, but now I got to go back to doing this. You know, but you don't want to go back to doing anything. You just want to break this in. You know, get it going. All right, you guys. This was long-winded. I talked a lot, I know, but I'm trying to be very realistic. And so, on the next lesson, I hope to have my electric, and we'll take a scale and we'll start a picking pattern, and we'll start working it up and down, and what we can do with it. All right, you guys, thanks for hanging out for almost 30 minutes, but I do not have a quick fix for you. I don't. I'm sorry. All I have is, I'll teach you economy picking, I'll teach you alternate picking, I'll teach you legato, staccato, I'll teach you how to sweep any chord you want to sweep. I'll teach you how to picking patterns, Ingve picking patterns, to Paul Gilbert, to even some of the stuff Guthrie's doing. But if your hands won't do it, it doesn't matter if you understand it here. They have a saying, you can say it, but can you play it? And we want to get you, I want you to be in have the physical capability. And that's number one to playing fast, is having the physical capability to do it. And these exercises are going to be a gigantic step into giving you that ability. All right, you guys, thanks for coming by, as usual. I really appreciate you coming by, and have a wonderful evening, day, morning, and you know what? Don't sweat the small stuff, you know, and everything's the small stuff. Okay, take care, you guys.